the perfect picture just shattered. I mean, the wife guy persona, built on a decade of, total devotion and family vlogs, it all crumbled in one single, very public moment.
Total exile. 3 years of silence.
And then this incredibly calculated return, a comeback designed to rebuild everything. But the plan wasn't just about the affair. It was about revealing a secret that was way, way bigger.
A 12-year health battle that makes you rethink every single thing you saw him do.
So the question is, can a real involuntary tragedy ever truly erase the consequences of a massive chosen betrayal?
Welcome to Starscope Report. We're Jordan and Jamie, and we uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals.
We dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
And today, our mission is to unpack the strategic re-entry of former Try guy Ned Fulmer. We're going to analyze how his new podcast, Rock Bottom, and this massive health reveal are an attempt to redefine his entire legacy.
This is really a story of professional consequence versus personal suffering.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning, the collapse.
You have to start with the wife guy brand. It was such a vulnerable foundation, wasn't it? His whole professional currency was transparent domesticity. Ariel, the kids, they were in everything.
Exactly. It wasn't just a part of his personality, it was the product.
Yeah.
If you were a fan of the Try Guys, you were buying into Ned as the reliable, devoted, kind of goofy husband.
It was like this unspoken promise with the audience.
Totally. So when that promise was broken, the fallout was always going to be, well, maximal. It wasn't just disappointment, it was a deep betrayal.
And then, September 2022, the news breaks. This consensual workplace relationship with an employee of Second Try, the response was just immediate.
And it had to be. I mean, the corporate consequences were instant, and that's the key here. Ned wasn't just a personality, he was an owner, a manager.
Right.
So his actions directly violated company policy. The other Try Guys, Keith, Zach, and Eugene, they acted so decisively, removed him as a manager, as an employee, and put out that, that really stark video statement.
And then they edited him out of everything. Can you imagine that process? Digitally erasing one of the 4 founders from weeks and weeks of footage.
Brutal. It just reinforces how severe the professional misconduct was. This wasn't just friends having a falling out.
No, not at all.
And the public just ate it up.
Yeah.
I mean, this went so far beyond niche internet drama. Time magazine called it one of the most viral moments of 2022.
And it even got parodied on Saturday Night Live. That's when you know it's hit the mainstream.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That cemented it as like a career-defining moment for him, and not in a good way.
So that kind of public takedown, it forces you into hiding. Fulmer just vanishes from social media for 3 years. I mean, 3 years is an eternity for a content creator.
It was what he had to do, though. The sources say he and Ariel went straight into intensive couples therapy. He admitted the pain he caused.
And it sounds like the goal wasn't even necessarily to get back together, but just to figure out how to co-parent.
Exactly. To build some kind of stable new foundation for their kids.
Yeah.
So the focus was family, therapy, total professional silence.
But that silence, it only lasted so long. Because in September 2025, he stages his return.
And he does it with a podcast that directly confronts his downfall. Yeah. Rock Bottom.
Yeah, the name itself is a choice. The whole concept is him interviewing people about their lowest moments, trying to position himself as this empathetic guide. He even said he was no longer interested in representing myself as a caricature.
But just the idea of monetizing your own public downfall, it was always going to be controversial. And his return was hit with controversy before the first episode even dropped.
That's right. The influencer, Mayessa Chihata, came out and publicly claimed Fulmer's podcast stole the name she'd been planning to use, said she'd invested her entire life savings into it.
Which was so damaging to that empathetic survivor image he was trying to build. It immediately made him look opportunistic,
Yeah, huge misstep right out of the gate.
He put out a statement encouraging people to check out her podcast, but the damage was kind of done.
So he had to face the central issue head on. The first episode, the centerpiece of the launch, it featured Ariel Fulmer. He had to do it.
He absolutely had to. He
Yeah.
had to address the source of his rock bottom. And Ariel, she provided this raw, unfiltered counter-narrative.
They confirmed they're separated, have been for 3 years, but they have a functional co-parenting thing. They take trips with the kids.
But the real moment, the one everyone was waiting for, was when she was asked about forgiveness.
And it was not a fairy tale answer.
Not at all.
Yeah.
She just flat out said, absolutely not. The quote is, no. No. She said, forgiveness isn't even the goal. The win is having a healthy co-parenting relationship.
Wow, that grounds the whole thing in such a messy, real place, which it needed. But it still brought on so much cynicism from the audience.
Oh, for sure. People were questioning why he was monetizing the betrayal.
Yeah.
They said the response he was getting wasn't backlash, it was a deserved consequence.
There was also that critique that he was kind of trying to blame society for the shame Ariel felt, which didn't land well.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you see Ariel building her own thing, this ceramic store venture, completely separate from his redemption tour. She's moving on her own terms.
Okay, so the accountability tour is underway. Ned confesses. Ariel confirms the consequences are real and permanent, but the audience is still super skeptical. He needed something else.
He needed something huge, something involuntary, something that would generate universal sympathy to break through that wall of cynicism.
And that is when the ultimate pivot happened. After dealing with the fallout from his chosen trauma, the affair.
He revealed an unchosen trauma.
Exactly. On a Sunday, in a video, Ned Fulmer discloses that he was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, or MS, back in 2013, a health battle he kept private for over a decade.
And to really get the weight of this, you have to understand what MS is. It's this incurable autoimmune disease that attacks your brain and spinal cord. It's life-altering.
He shared these harrowing details, too, about his first symptoms in 2013, the numbness, and then waking up one morning without the strength to stand up and walk. He actually thought he might never walk again.
Just imagine how terrifying that would be. And the timing here is what's so wild. He was diagnosed right before the Try Guys launched in 2014.
Right when they were starting to do all those insane physical challenges.
He spent a decade hiding a degenerative disease while doing things that required peak physical ability. And that concealment, that's the strategic bridge he's building to his current story.
He's currently in remission, but he's intentionally trying to connect the two secrets. He calls the affair the sexual secret and the MS the physical secret.
And he's framing both of them as being products of his discomfort with honesty and a fear of appearing weak. So the MS reveal is positioned as proof that he's now committed to radical openness.
It's reputational substitution. That's what this is. He's trying to shift the focus from a self-inflicted moral failure, the cheating, to an involuntary physical struggle, the MS, which everyone can feel sympathy for.
And he's backing it up with action, right? Like committing to walk 26 miles for Walk MS. He's trading the wife guy identity for the MS warrior identity.
So the big question for you listening is, does it actually work? I mean, the MS disclosure got him a ton of human compassion, of course.
But the audience is still incredibly skeptical. A lot of people see the timing as, well, manipulative. Like it's a strategy to deflect from the criticism of the Rock Bottom podcast.
It creates this really weird paradox, right? Sympathy versus support. People feel bad about his illness, but that doesn't mean they're going to start watching his podcast or buying his merch.
And I think the most telling thing, the real barometer, is the professional world he left. The other Try Guys, Keith, Zach, Eugene, complete and total silence.
Not a single public comment about his health, his podcast, nothing.
And that unwavering silence, it just underlines a really crucial point. Human compassion for someone's health crisis doesn't equal professional forgiveness.
The career exile seems permanent no matter what personal tragedy comes to light.
Yeah, he's back in the conversation, he has a new narrative, but he is totally on the outside of the platform that made him famous in the first place.
So what we're left with is this incredible tension. Fulmer is trying to use a genuine involuntary trauma, the MS, to counterbalance his chosen moral failure. The strategy definitely got him attention again.
But it failed to get him his old status back, or to quiet that deep cynicism about him monetizing his downfall. The audience can hold two ideas at once. They can feel empathy for the MS, but also feel skeptical about the timing.
So we have to ask you, in our digital culture today, where accountability is everything, can any amount of personal suffering, even something as life-altering as MS ever, fully erase a professional consequence that was born from a failure of integrity?
It seems like the audience's ability to separate compassion for the man from endorsement of his new content is the hard ceiling on his comeback. The price he paid in 2022 is still non-negotiable.
If you're loving these deep dives into celebrity strategy and high-stakes drama, make sure you're subscribed right now so you don't miss what's coming next.
You've been listening to Scarscope Report, where we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.